No, I clicked the wrong button by accident.
Yeah.
I meant to hide my screen, that part.
Okay. I see the stream. It's up.
And then I'm gonna go ahead to the Zoom. Perfect. Then let's switch the view.
Hey, Will, talk, please.
Hello.
Oh, excellent. You're definitely in the band. Michael, the view I'm going for again to get us to the top. I feel like at this point I should have the stuff memorized. Is it? Ah. What do we need? Is that looking fine? Yeah. Okay. Oh, you're on mute.
Exit out of full screen in the top right.
Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, shoot. Okay. There you
go. Yeah, perfect. Cool. Okay, sound is still, picture looks good, screen is consistent. That's all for me. Everyone good to go?
Good.
In question 3 of round.
Wait. Well, we're streaming, so someone could come back and look at this.
Okay.
Do you want to text me?
Yeah.
Phone call-ish.
Yeah. Once we go on mute and turn off our cameras, we can talk or text.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
Wait. Cool. So we're gonna turn off our cameras and mics, and then we'll turn them back on at 8 p.m. And get this thing going.
Alrighty.
Okay. See you guys
See you
then.
all soon.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. We are back. Summer trivia is once again a thing. Oh yeah, party will. No, thank you all so much for joining us. Hopefully everyone has had a good 2 weeks, stayed safe, had if you're in the United States, had a nice long holiday weekend. If you're elsewhere in the globe, had a nice normal length weekend. Um, so excited to be back here doing trivia once again. For those who don't know me or don't remember, my name is Michael. I got two great co-hosts here tonight. Joining us again from last week is Teo. Teo, how's it going?
Hanging in there. The dogs might be interrupting more than usual, fam, but we're just gonna make it work.
There was some heated dog v cat rivalry from the spring where we did some trivia on both. So I think there's a lot of people out there who will think that only enhances the trivia experience.
Those are my people for sure.
There you go. And very excited to announce a new host. As we said last week, we're going to be doing some rotation this summer. It is the one, the only Will Gaia. Will, how's it going?
Thanks, Mike. What's up, everybody? How's it going? I would just like to say at the top here that my questions have a lot of long, difficult words in them, and I'm probably going to butcher them, so please go easy on my first time here.
It's a tough job.
Name last week, and people have forgiven me, so I think you'll be fine.
There you go. It's a tough job we got over here. I don't know about you all, being it's just difficult answering some questions. We we don't want to have to sit here awkwardly in silence while you do the answering. Anyway, we're going to go over the rules briefly, as we always do. Nothing's really changed, so it should be all old hat to you by now. We're doing 4 rounds tonight, 10 questions each. All questions are scored equally. One captain we need to have submit through the quadrants that we send out at the end of each round. Please ensure that you put the same name each time. That way we can score and give you all the points. Other than that, spelling doesn't really matter. If you think there's anything that happened wrong with your scoring, feel free to email Will, Teo, and myself, and we will get that resolved as quickly as we can. Also, for the first round, please put down at the very bottom of your submission the number of people. We just want to know how many Tuckies and Tuck friends and family and relatives are out there joining us tonight. Questions are going to be on a pretty wide range of topics. As always, don't cheat. Classic guidance. And if you have any technical difficulties or we have any, let us know, and we will do our best to resolve them. Before we get into it, this is a season. We're obviously going to celebrate each champion each week, but we're also building towards a larger season champion. And so looking at last week, these are where the standings sit. Chevy's Surfs are our leader after 1 week, after capturing the week one victory. Ungendered Trivia Parental Figures and the Sunshine Revival Band, close on their heels with everyone else certainly right within the race and right there with them. Teo and Will, any thoughts on any favorites you got for tonight? Anyone you think's gonna shoot up this chart in week two?
If you know, you know.
I think they know they're playing the long game.
For sure.
No comment.
Fair enough. Well, let's get into it for tonight. Again, as always, if you have any questions or clarifications about the questions, put them in the YouTube chat. We will get back to you as quickly as we can. Our rounds for tonight are round one, trivia time. Round two, July. Welcoming us to the second half of the calendar year. Round three, creepy, scary, spooky. And last but not least, round four, Independence Day. Those are our categories. I think we got some good questions for you, some toughies tonight. So for that, let's get right into round one, trivia time, and I will throw it to Will to take us through that.
All right, let's do it. So, question one. Given as a typical upper elementary quiz bowl question from 2010, which author wrote the novel Freaky Friday? On to question two. For the past 4 years, the team Festivus for the Rest of Us has placed first in the world's largest trivia contest, held annually at the University of Wisconsin Stevens Point. On what day of the year is Festivus celebrated? Question three. Given as a typical middle school level question in the National Academic Quiz Tournament, Pete Rose and what other professional baseball player are tied at 10 with the most 200 hit seasons? Middle school level, yikes. Question four. Slumdog Millionaire, a movie about 18-year-old Jamal Malik, who is accused of cheating in the Indian version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, ends with what Bollywood-style musical number? Hint: it won an Academy Award for Best Original Song and a Grammy for Best Song Written for a Motion Picture. A lot of hints in there. So. All right, question 5. The first question ever asked at the Great Midwest Trivia Contest at Lawrence University back in 1966. What was Superman's father's name? Topical. Question 6. Pub quizzes have become a stable attraction at Irish pubs worldwide. Speaking of, what's the longest river in Ireland? That's the most Nathan question I've ever
I think that was actually mine, but
heard.
it was a team effort.
Question 7. Celebrity Jeopardy is a series of comedy sketches that aired regularly on Saturday Night Live between 1996 and 2002 and irregularly since. Which cast member, now the announcer of SNL, often appeared in these sketches, usually portraying Sean Connery? Sean Connery. Question 8. In the classic game Trivial Pursuit, there are 6 categories of questions: geography, history, arts and literature, science and nature, entertainment. In what last category? Hint, it has 2 parts, much like science and nature. Question 9. Famously, also tragically, Pluto was downgraded from a planet to a dwarf planet, changing the name to many trivia questions. What other dwarf planet, more massive than Pluto, was discovered in 2005 that led to the reclassification? And question 10 from the Sporcle July 9th quiz. What large Italian island did the Allies invade on this day in 1943, causing the downfall of Mussolini and forcing Hitler to break off the Battle of Kursk?
Okay, that is it for round one. Will, you weren't joking. We did give you some lengthy ones to make it into your first time hosting. A couple questions
Hello,
that came
round
from the
3.
chat. That just want to answer. As you can see, the name of this round is trivia time, meaning sort of half of them we got lazy. You could think of it some way and pulled from other trivia, or had questions something to do with trivia. And then a question about number 5. We are looking for Superman's biological father. Biological father. If you have any other questions, feel free to put them into the YouTube chat, and we'll respond to them either there or here. Otherwise, we'll be looking for those submissions in by 8:21 p.m. Eastern. Okay, that is time. Hopefully, everyone got their answers in. We are mixing up the roles a bit tonight, so it'll be Teo, who asked some questions last week, who will be scoring those rounds. We will get you those results as quickly as we can. But first, we will take it back to Will to tell us the answers to round one trivia time.
All right, answers. The typical elementary school question, which author wrote the novel Freaky Friday? That would be Mary Rogers. Classic. For the past 4 years, the team Festivus for the Rest of Us were the winners of this contest. What day was that celebrated? December 23rd. All you Seinfeld fans out there, you would know that. If you're a true fan. The typical middle school level. I really hate that. That's really just a dig. Pete Rose and what other professional baseball player are tied at 10 with the most 200 hit seasons? That would be Ichiro Suzuki.
Just means there's some really smart middle schoolers out there.
Slumdog Millionaire, a movie about Jamal Malik, who's accused of cheating in the Indian version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, ends with what Bollywood style musical number? That, of course, is Jai Ho. Jai Ho, Jai Ho. That's such a banger.
Yeah, break it down.
First question ever asked in the Great Midwestern Trivia Contest. What was Superman's father's name? Jor-El. Everyone knows that.
Joel and Kyle.
Pub quizzes, a staple attraction at Irish pubs worldwide. Speaking of, what's the longest river in Ireland? That would be the River Shannon. Celebrity Jeopardy, a classic series of comedy sketches that aired regularly on SNL. Which cast member often appeared in these as Sean Connery? That would be Daryl Hammond. I could quote it, and I just won't. But if you haven't seen it,
Probably a good move.
you should go watch it. In the classic game Trivial Pursuit, there are 6 categories of questions. The last one was sports and leisure. Famously, tragically, Pluto was downgraded from a planet to a dwarf planet, changing the name to many trivia questions. That other dwarf planet that bumped it from that spot was Eris. And question 10 from today's Sporcle quiz. What large Italian island did the Allies invade on this day in 1943? That would be Sicily.
Okay, top first round. Hopefully, some of you know Seinfeld or Superman or Ireland or any of the topics. You got to know your Irish geography. What can I say? We are moving into round 2, July. You will see JUL in quotes. More the sound of the letters, but you'll see. Question 1. According to Business Insider, what flavor of e-cigarette refillable cartridges did Juul pull from the market in November 2019 due to research suggesting that it was the most popular flavor among high school students?
I get it, like Jewel, like July.
Yeah, you got that. Yeah. Question 2. The Julian Alps are a mountain range that span from Italy to what country? Italy's direct neighbor to the east. Question 3. Julius Peppers began and ended his NFL playing career with the Carolina Panthers. What two other teams did Peppers play for? Question 4. What was the main character Julia's last name in the TV series Designing Women? Question 5. What famous children's book, written in 1972 by Jean Craighead George, features a young Inuk girl? Question 6. Julian Casablancas is the lead singer for what band? Question 7. Following Julius Caesar's death, Augustus Caesar, aka Octavian, and what two men formed the Second Triumvirate? Question 8. Who served as captain of the U.S. women's national soccer team from 2001 to 2004? Hint, she is now a soccer commentator on ESPN. Question 9. What was the name of Jules Verne's 54 novel series, which included Journey to the Center of the Earth, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and Around the World in 80 Days? And question 10, little science for you. A joule is a unit of energy equivalent to 1 volt times 1 what? Okay, that is it for round 2, July. Here are all the questions. If you have any clarifications you want, again, reach out via the YouTube chat. To one question that we've gotten there, we do not give half points. You gotta get the whole answer right. So can't just give it to you if you said just sports, for example, to Trivial Pursuit. We will be looking for submissions in by 8:40 p.m. Eastern time for this round. Okay. Hopefully everybody got their answers in for round 2, July. We will get you those answers soon. But first, it is our first score update of the night, and we will throw it to our scorer extraordinaire, Teo, to show us how teams are doing after round 1.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay. So, here are the results from round 1. Chevy Surfs, again, putting in a strong showing. Wolves of Allen Street, Ungendered Trivia, Parental Figures, all coming in very closely behind. But still, as Michael, you know, very much an early night. I think it's teams are putting in a good showing so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Chevy Surfs building off the momentum from week 1, clearly trying to cement their place atop the leaderboards early in the season. Wolves of Allen Street, strong push along with Ungendered Trivia, Parental Units, Parental Figures this season, who were right there last week. So a lot of close scores, really good scores coming out of that top first round.
Are the Roubaix the horse you always bet on, Michael?
Oh, I can't be biased, Teo. I can't be biased. I play no favorites when it comes to trivia. I recognize a great name when someone comes up with one, but I play no favorites. Okay. Well, let's get back to it with the answers to round 2. Okay. So, round 2, July. Question 1. Question 1. According to Business Insider, what flavor of e-cigarette refillable cartridges did Juul pull from the market in November 2019 due to research suggesting it was the most popular flavor among high school students? It was mint. Second most popular was mango. Question 2. The Julian Alps are a mountain range that span from Italy to what country? Italy's direct neighbor to the east. It is Slovenia. Question 3. Julius Peppers began and ended his NFL playing career with the Carolina Panthers. What 2 other teams did Peppers play for? It was the Chicago Bears and then the Green Bay Packers. Question 4. What was the main character Julia's last name in the TV series Designing Women? Sugarbaker. I've never seen this show. I really mostly know about it from the episode they did about it in 30 Rock. So, question 5. What famous children's book written in 1972 by Jean Craighead George features a young Inuk girl? It is Julie of the Wolves. Question 6. Julian Casablancas is the lead singer of what band? It is The Strokes. Question 7. Following Julius Caesar's death, Augustus Caesar and what 2 men formed the second triumvirate? It was Lepidus and Mark Antony. Question 8. Who served as captain of the U.S. women's national soccer team from 2001 to 2004 and is now a soccer commentator on ESPN? Julie Foudy. Question 9. What was the name of Jules Verne's 54-novel series, which included Journey to the Center of the Earth, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and Around the World in 80 Days? The French was Voyage Extraordinaire, which is translated into Extraordinary Journey, or also Extraordinary Voyages or Amazing Journeys in English. And last but not least, a joule is a unit of energy equivalent to 1 volt times 1 watt. It is a coulomb. I think I'm saying that right. Okay.
Before we start round 3, just a quick modification. Scoreboard made a mistake over here. Chevy Surfs actually had a perfect score with the 10 instead of the 9. That was my B.
Okay. An even stronger first round from the defending champions. But But no matter what happened in round one, maybe you did great in round two, and if not, you still got half the game to catch up. And for that, we will go back to Will to take us through round three: creepy, scary, and spooky.
All right, let's do it. Question 1. In April 1848, after a year spent icebound in the Canadian Arctic, the remaining crew of Franklin's Lost Expedition abandoned their 2 ships, set out for the Canadian mainland, and disappeared. Name one of the 2 ships. Question 2. What is the subtitle of Mary Shelley's 1818 novel, Frankenstein? Question 3. In Us, a 2019 film written and directed by Jordan Peele, who played Adelaide Wilson, nee Thomas? Question 4. Which hard rock artist released the song Dragula in 1998 as the lead single on the album Hellbilly Deluxe 13 Tales of Cadaverous Cavorting Inside the Spook Show International? That's a fun one. Question 5. In what country is the ghost city Pripyat located? Open to public tours since 2011. Question 6. What is the more commonly used term for vivisectual? That's definitely wrong. Vivisepulture. The fear of which is known as taphophobia.
All the big words for you, Will.
Yeah. Did I look up how to pronounce that on YouTube? Yes. Did I still butcher it? Yeah. Question 7. What two artists collaborated on the 2013 chart topper Monster? Question 8. In response to fear, the amygdala sends a signal to the pituitary gland, which releases what hormone, which triggers cortisol release? Question 9. Give one of the two previous team names of today's NHL New Jersey Devils. Shout out New Jersey. Question 10. Which Nepalese mountain has the greatest climber fatality rate of any mountain on Earth, at around 34 deaths for every 100 safe returns? And the hint, K2 and Nanga Parbat are the second and third most deadly mountains, respectively. So, cross those ones off.
Okay. What a scary round. I'm shaking. Spooky. All the questions are here. If you have any questions, as always, put it in the YouTube chat. Otherwise, we'll be looking for submissions in by 9:01 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Hopefully everyone was able to get their answers in. They aren't too scared. They hung around. We will get you the answers to those creepy questions shortly. But first, I think we're ready for a round 2 score update. Is that true, Teo?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm struggling way more with spreadsheets than Stilly does, and this is proof why I would be an awful investment banker. But I'm gonna go ahead and pop it open, and if anyone has any other issues, just let me know. But it seems like it's calculating.
Okay. Well, this is it's like after a horse race, it's like the unofficial results is what we'll call this.
Yeah.
To be confirmed by judges.
Yeah, exactly. So I will be revisiting heavily to make sure, as you all are kind of answering the next round. And it says round 1 over here, but it is round 2. I did double check that piece at least. And we are having a tie at the top between Chevy Surfs and Ungendered Trivia Parental Figures. No Shit Sherman is making some moves. And I'm feeling good, assuming I can get spreadsheets going correctly. And more updates to come, I'm sure, throughout the night.
Yeah, strong round 2 by Ungendered Trivia Parental Figures, catching up from the first round. Will, I think some of Will competed in the spring trivia, much like Tay, and I think some of the remnants of that team are on No Shit Sherman, so maybe a little proud to see your teams hanging in there even without you.
It's true. It's true. I didn't think I'd see the day, but good job, guys.
Really makes you question how much value you were adding to the team.
All right. Okay. All right. Pump the brakes.
Okay. Well, we got a battle between the Sunshine Bands, I see. They are duking it out for the right to be the best Sunshine Band of the week. So we'll see what happens with that rivalry as well. But awesome. Thank you for that, Teo. And we will get you back to those round 3 answers. Okay. Round 3, creepy, scary, spooky. Back to you, Will.
Ooh. Okay. So for question 1, is the April 1848 year-long icebound trek through the Canadian Arctic. Those 2 ships that were abandoned were the HMS Erebus and the HMS Terror. With a name like Terror, you're just kind of asking for it. Question 2, the subtitle of Mary Shelley's 1818 novel Frankenstein is, of course, The Modern Prometheus. Question 3, in Us, a 2019 film written and directed by Jordan Peele, who played Adelaide Wilson? That was Lupita Nyong'o. Question 4, which hard rock artist released the song Dragula in 1998? That would be Rob Zombie. That guy. Question 5, in what country is the ghost city Pripyat located? Open to public tours since 2011. That would be Ukraine. Question 6. Oh God. What is the more commonly used term for vivisecture? Vivisepulture. There it is. The fear of which is known as taphophobia. That would be being buried alive.
Really got to pull out your high school Latin knowledge for that, which I couldn't do because I didn't take high school Latin.
Yeah. Vivisepulture.
Vivisepulture? Maybe.
That's a mean one. Question 7. What 2 artists collaborated on the 2013 chart topper Monster? That would be Eminem and Rihanna. Question 8. In response to fear, the amygdala sends a signal to the pituitary gland, which releases what hormone, which triggers cortisol release? That would be ACTH. I'm not even going to try.
Adrenocorticotropic, I believe. Don't quote me on that.
Give one of the 2 previous team names of today's NHL New Jersey Devils. That would be either the Colorado Rockies or the Kansas City Scouts. And finally, question 10, which Nepalese mountain has the greatest climber fatality rate of any mountain on Earth? That would be Annapurna, number 1. Not to be confused with Annapurna, number 2.
Okay, well, we're almost at the end. Any last minute movements on those on the scoreboard? It's gonna have to happen in round 4, Independence Day. Let's dive in. Question 1: in the film Independence Day, what actor was originally offered the role of Captain Jimmy Raven Wilder before the part went to Harry Connick Jr.? Question 2: on May 24th, 1991, Eritrea gained independence from what country following a 30-year war? Question 3: in NCAA Division I FBS football, there are 7 independent schools unassociated with any conference. I need you to name 3 of them. Question 4: before Beyonce Knowles left to begin her independent solo career, the final lineup of Destiny's Child included Knowles and what 2 other performers? Question 5: the theory of infinitesimal calculus was independently discovered in the late 17th century by 2 mathematicians, Isaac Newton and who? Question 6. What country, whose capital is Belmopan, is the only country other than the United States with a town named Independence? Question 7. If you haven't heard, Hamilton is out on Disney Plus. Who wrote the 2004 biography Alexander Hamilton that Lin-Manuel Miranda read and inspired him to write the musical? Question 8. Who was the first Prime Minister of Israel and the first person to sign the Israeli Declaration of Independence? Question 9. According to Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, our ability to predict what trait of a particle is inversely dependent on how precisely its position is determined. As a hint, this trait and position are known as complementary properties of one another. And for our final question of the night, question 10. In the musical 1776, what song is sung as the characters try to decide who should write the Declaration of Independence? You know me, have to get a little stage musical in there somewhere. Okay, that's it. We're all out of questions. Here are the last 10 for round 4, Independence Day. As always, send any questions our way. Otherwise, we will be looking for answers in by 9:21 p.m. Eastern. Okay, that is it. All answers should be in, and we will get to scoring that final round right away. But first, we have to see how teams did after the creepy, scary, spooky round 3. And for that, we will go back to our scoring wizard, Teo.
All right. So we're good. Finally got in the hang of things. You're still gonna see round one at the top, fam. But scores should be set as usual. If they're not, just shoot me a text or something and we will get it fixed. But I double checked this pretty heavily, so I think we're locked and loaded for round three. Still, we got a tie at the top between ungendered trivial parental figures and Chevy Surfs. No Shit Sherman again, kind of making that push. It's gonna be a big round four. So
Yeah, and that's a real tight race. Only 4 points separating third from sixth. So a lot of teams bunched up with each other, and a few points here and there this week could be all the difference on the final standings. So an important last round coming up.
I'm gonna go dig into those right now.
You do that, Taya. For us, we will take a look at the answers to round 4, Independence Day. Question 1. In the film Independence Day, what actor was originally offered the role of Captain Jimmy Raven Wilder before the partner to Harry Connick Jr.? It was Matthew Perry. Had some Seinfeld before, get a little Friends trivia in there now. Question 2. On May 24th, 1991, Eritrea gained independence from what country following a 30-year war? It was Ethiopia. Question 3. In NCAA Division I FBS football, there are 7 independent schools unassociated with any conference. Name 3. You can give us any of the following: Army or USMA, BYU, Liberty, New Mexico State, Notre Dame, UConn, and the University of Massachusetts Amherst. Question 4. Before Beyonce Knowles left to begin her independent solo career, the final lineup of Destiny's Child included Knowles and what 2 other performers? It was Kelly Rowland and Michelle Williams. Question 5. The theory of infinitesimal calculus was independently discovered in the late 17th century by 2 mathematicians, Isaac Newton and who? It was Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz. Question 6. What country, whose capital is Belmopan, is the only country other than the United States with a town named Independence? It is Belize. Question 7. Hamilton is out on Disney Plus. Who wrote the 2004 biography, Alexander Hamilton, that Lin-Manuel Miranda read and inspired him to write the musical? It is Ron Chernow. Question 8. Who was the first Prime Minister of Israel and the first person to sign the Israeli Declaration of Independence? It was David Ben-Gurion. Question 9. According to Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, our ability to predict what trait of a particle is inversely dependent on how precisely its position is determined. It is momentum. Momentum and position are complementary properties of one another. And last but not least, in the musical 1776, what song is sung as the characters try to decide who should write the Declaration of Independence? It is But Mr. Adams. Oh, okay. We've been all around the globe. We've got a lot of trivia. But we want to end it with a little bit closer to home while we're doing some final calculations. Last week, we asked some trivia about the captains, but all of you who signed up gave us some fun trivia facts about you. And we thought it was time to start highlighting some of the new T22s that are joining our community. So here are some fun facts about those in the T22 class. Question 1. Luke Hickok's favorite snack is potato chips. And what dip? Will like this question. I can tell. He's thinking about it.
It's highly specific.
Hey, everyone gets to choose their fun fact. I don't know about you, but on a lot of introductory work calls this summer, I've had to come up with more and more fun facts. And icebreakers and such. So you gotta dig deep.
What's your go-to?
Fun facts? Oh, I've gotten lost. The one I've always been talking is that I used to be able to solve Rubik's Cube in under 30 seconds.
Oh damn!
I can no longer do that. But Luke Hickox's favorite dip is cottage cheese, which I've never seen nor tried. I've had tried cottage cheese, never with potato chips, I should say.
That's a no for me, Doug.
Question 2. Alex Singh participates in what relatively obscure Olympic sport? I want to say relatively obscure was her language, not mine. I think she's on the team that has all the Alexes and is fighting for Alex domination. Any guesses, Will? Or do you already look because you saw the back?
I think I do know this one.
Well, to inform everyone else, it is dressage. A sport that I enjoy watching, but don't understand exactly how it works or what happens during it or why. And our last Tucky trivia question: Becca Connery hosts a podcast called what? Every year, Tuck's got to have at least one podcast host amongst their ranks. You a big podcast guy, Will?
I dabble.
Dabble. I feel like I used to do it more when I had like a commute and things, and now it's not like I don't want to be doing something more active or less active.
Yeah.
But I will definitely have to give Becca Connery's podcast a listen to, which fits very well with one of the team names that I don't know if he's on or not. It is the Pop Culture Shit Show. So maybe that and the Shit Show, and there's a future partnership. As all of you T22s will learn, there's some synergies there, is what I'm sensing. Thank you all again so much for coming back. We had a great time tonight. We hope you did as well. Small bit of business. A lot of decisions we've made about the Summer Trivia League, doing it every 2 weeks, Thursday nights, 8 p.m. The length, all of that was sort of from feedback that we heard from people who participated in Spring League. But the world's changing, and obviously a bunch of new T22s have joined us, and we're so happy about that. So we definitely want feedback on if this is the way you all like it, if there's something you all would love to see differently. So if you have any feedback, please share that with your captains. We'll sort of collect anecdotal information from them, and let you all know if there are any adjustments to frequency or length or content or type of trivia or sort of anything under the sun. We want this to be an event that everyone gets as much out of it as they possibly can. So Will, you did it. You hosted a trivia. How did it feel?
It's pretty fun. I'm very tempted to just make fun of the questions as we go, but then I remember the feeling of trying to answer the questions, and it feels like a long empty space on our side, but I remember being on the other side and you're actually scrambling for time. So I had to remind myself to shut up.
It is still like I still can't get my head around that. Like I don't know what it's like on the other side to play this trivia. Like I still haven't done it, and so I'm just like assuming that what we do is right and good and fun and enjoyable. But it is really just like talking into a void for 2 hours.
Sure.
So we just sort of hope that someone somewhere is hearing us and liking it. Okay.
Teo, you ready for us?
I think so. Just doing one last check. And I think we'll be set. Yeah, we're ready.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'll give you the screen.
Alrighty. Get this up. And we are ending the night out with a tie between Ungendered Trivia, Parental Figures, and Chevy Surfs. So,
wow.
Yeah.
This is our first tie of the season, and we only had one tie in spring. We do have a tiebreaker. So, first off, congratulations to both Ungendered Trivia, Parental Figures, and Chevy Surfs. really, really strong night, and top to bottom, solid scores. Vonna get it, and will really pushed up there right at the end. Wolves of Allentree, No Shit Sherman were constantly there right at the top. And then in the battle of the Sunshine Bands, it looks like it was the Revival Band winning out tonight. So here's how a tiebreaker is going to work for Ungendered Trivia Parental Figures and Chevy Surfs. We're going to ask you one more question. It's going to be whoever guesses closest wins. This is not Price is Right rules. You can go over, you can be under. Just whichever is numerically the closest will get the big W.
Does this count towards the season total or just for bragging rights for this week?
Just for bragging rights for tonight. We are going to need one of the captains from each team to email the three of us with their guess. And once we get both emails, we will reveal the answer and the big winner. So for those who aren't on the teams, definitely feel free to stick around and try to guess. Not in the chat, please, though. And for those on the teams, here is your tiebreaker question. Per Dartmouth's website, how big is Dartmouth's main campus in acres? We'll be looking for an email from one of the captains sent to all three of us with their guess for how many acres makes up Dartmouth's main campus. In terms of, as they're thinking through this and coming up with the answer, in terms of our next trivia night is set for 2 weeks from today, July 23rd. Obviously, if there's any change in frequency, that will be communicated through your captains, but plan on that being the next trivia installment. And for those, we did have a couple of new folks join in who got the info through the Tucket List email. So welcome to all those who are new to Summer Trivia League. And for those who are not new, be rest assured you're getting your Tucket List points as deserved. All sign information has been provided there, so you will get the points. I don't know how many points you get. You would have to talk to one of our social chairs about that, but. Yeah, well, we have a guest from a team that is not one of the top two, so thank you for that. We appreciate it. We will see how well you did once it's time.
I'm much more relieved that we're at this. We made it through this. It was harder scoring than I expected, to be honest.
Another thing that I've never been the scorer in our trivia, so there's so many things that I just don't know.
You're just question guy. You're just the face of the
question
trivia.
in the chat. If you are on one of the two teams that are in the tiebreaker, you should send an email to Teo, myself, and Will. With your, ideally it will come from one of your captain's emails, just so we can track it. But from any team member, if we get that email, we will consider that your official submission.
What are the teams again?
This is Chevy Surfs and Ungendered Trivia Parental Figures. I always want to call them parental units, and that's just not correct. It's not their name. I apologize. So not seeing any answers come in, so I'm gonna might have to put a clock on these teams pretty soon. I was just thinking a pretty momentous date between now and the next time we meet for trivia will be when all the T21s officially move out of the dorms and they get all prepped up for the T22s. Big passing of the torch moment there.
Yeah, it's coming up. Feeling weird.
If anybody wants to know what a dorm room looks like, look behind Will. Ooh, Aqua in all its glory.
PV, excuse you.
Whoa. I was a Whitmore guy, okay?
Whitmore
I don't know
was
the
a-
difference between your fancy dorms over there.
Whitmore is the superior one. You don't have to ask
That's just
if otherwise.
categorically false. I do like the common rooms in Wit. I think it makes people in hallways like hang out more. But the no kitchens, like only having
That's
a
a
kitchen on the
problem.
bottom, it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
It is. Okay. We got one submission. We're still looking for ungendered parental figures to submit their answer.
Deliberating. We'll submit soon.
Okay.
It's a lot on the line here.
Hey, bragging rights matter.
Mike, do you come from a family of gamers, or is it just you?
My grandparents on my mom's side were very into like card games. So they played like a lot of bridge, which I learned at a young age. And so like whenever we did holidays, we would play like a bunch of card games with them. My immediate family they'll play games, they like games, but not to the game club level that we sometimes do.
Fair.
But of course, any level of gaming is. Well, we're getting a lot of answers from teams that aren't participating. So thank you. We're glad that you're still listening. And a wide range at that, let me say.
I can't remember who's on which team, so when I get like a message from someone, I'm just like, yo, submit that sucker. And we're gonna figure out.
Okay, so we have our submissions from Chevy's Surfs. Their guess is 300. And from Ungendered Trivia Parental Figures, their guess is 280.
Ooh.
And the answer is 269. Wow.
Wow.
Helps have a double D sometimes on your Dartmouth on your team. So the win for tonight and the bragging rights goes to Ungendered Trivia Parental Figures. Congratulations. But a good night by all. Thank you so much for coming out as always. Again, give us some feedback. We always love to hear from you, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Any last parting shots, Teo or Will?
Oh, nope. Great job, everybody. I'm looking at the points because people are asking about their standings as tiebreakers. It was a really close round this week. Good job, everybody.
Hard fought. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night and a great weekend.
See you, everybody.
See y'all.